This morning, we are catching up with the great and powerful Jeff Goldblum. He's starred in huge blockbusters, playing an adventurous mathematician in Jurassic Park and a tech whiz in the alien invasion film Independence Day.
Well, now Jeff is bringing us to Oz in the new film Wicked. He is taking on the role of the wizard himself.
When two unlikely friends, Elphaba and Glinda, when they travel to Emerald City to meet him, he sees the magical potential in one.
She may not be ready. Casting a spell with the Grimmery? That's a mighty tall order. I should know.
You're right. We mustn't rush her. Perhaps today has been too overwhelming.
No. Please. Let me try. Let me prove myself.
Hair person,
Jeff
fantastic.
Goldblum is here. It's always a treat to have you, sir.
Dr. Craig, so nice to see you.
Thank you.
Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes. Now, Harold was your what?
My uncle, Uncle Harold.
That was Uncle. And what's the big hit from the Harold Melvin?
Oh, God.
Wait, is this true?
No, Harold's not my uncle.
Yes. Listen to this.
What was their big hit, Jeff?
You were singing it.
If you don't know me by now, you will never, ever know me.
Dylan and I have no idea what's happening. No, I do love this.
We should probably talk about Wicked.
Let's talk about Wicked. That was
because
good.
we saw it this week, and I'm not just saying this because you're here. You're fantastic. The movie itself is fantastic. The film is wonderful. You're wonderful. When you saw the script initially, did you know this is going to be a hit?
No, you never know if it's going to be a hit or not, but I loved the material. I saw the play before. I don't know if you've seen that play. I loved that, and I love the part. And this movie, tough to make a musical into a great movie, but John M. Chu had done something wonderful with In the Heights before. I loved Crazy Rich Asians. And then the cast, Michelle Yeoh, whom you saw there. Look at that. There he is with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. Now, the two of them are two of the greats of all time and perfectly suited for this. They knock it out of the park, and it's fantastic. So it turned out wonderful. And the part of the wizard I liked. And, it's rollicking, great entertainment. You laugh and you cry. But it's about things. These two, like you said, these two women who are very different politically, sensibility-wise, and culturally. They burst their bubbles and they reach across the chasm and they come together and adore each other. And how about that? And the wizard is... do you know Robert Moses? He's one of the characters in the American, continuum of con men. Maybe Robert Moses was such a con man, but, P.T. Barnum. Yes. Those are kind of the models for that character. And Tesla and Edison. But early on, he's one of those leaders. He seems to be charismatic and kind of fun, but there are dark parts to him. Leaders from the start have used the demonizing others in order to seize and enhance power, as we know, and power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And so there's that. And Robert Moses was the guy in New York who almost destroyed all of Lower Manhattan before Jane Jacobs, a woman of courage and integrity and conscience, stopped him cold. He was a person early on who was a wizard of city building, and he was worshipped. But things got to him, and he got kind of nutty, and he was stopped. Anyway, it's a delightful part, and I'm thrilled to be in this movie.
I want to ask, but it's amazing to be in this movie, but then you're also in Jurassic Park. You're also in Independence Day. Big blockbuster movies. How does this set compare to some of the big blockbuster movies you've been in? Because this is like a big movie with a beautiful set.
This was real big, yes. Nathan Crowley was the production designer, did the sets. Those were big movies and fantastic, and they kind of rang the bell with the audience here or there. These sets, speaking of Nathan Crowley, were all built. They put a lot into this and cared so much for the material. They planted 9 million tulips.
Really?
They were real. Yeah. There were no...
No.
Yes, 9 million tulips. And they built, I have a big throne room that you saw.
How was there big enough space?
They had an enormous in London, outside London, Sky Elstree Studios.
Real
and they built Munchkinland. They built the Emerald City. They built my big throne room. It was there for us to act in. Fantastic.
And the giant wizard.
And the giant wizard head weighed 1 ton. And they've lugged that one thing around, and it was worked like that. They made it look like me a little bit. They've brought it to the
Did it scare your
junkets.
kids at all?
Well, my kids came to the set. They were 7 and 9, or 6 and 8 at the time. And John M. Chu was so sweet to them, put them in the chair, and da-da-da-da. And the women were all dressed up in their green makeup, were very sweet to them. Look, there they are.
Look at that.
There we are in
Picture,
Florence.
the
There's
double
Charlie
rainbow.
and River.
Jeff.
And there's a double rainbow in that
Look
picture.
at
That's
that.
right.
That is amazing.
Over the rainbow. Jeff Goldblum, thank you.
We just wanna talk to you forever.
We ended singing. Jeff
wanna
Goldblum,
just
you're
do the rest of
a Hall of Fame guest. You are a Hall of
No,
Fame
you're a
guest.
Hall of Fame. You're the dream team.
Wicked from our sister company, Universal Pictures. In case you hadn't heard, it's in theaters on November 22nd. It's worth the watch.
It is.
Thank you
It
so
really
much.
is.
Thank you for doing this.
Thanks for being
Fantastic.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.